Hey everyone, it is Michael and Crystal. Happy Thursday. Welcome back. We are super excited today. We don't have anybody joining with us today, but that's all right.
On Friday, we were able to talk to you guys and share some 5 stories of people that we personally know and how this business has worked for them. And then on Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday this week, if you guys joined us, we were able to bring on guest speakers so you guys could hear it from them and how this business has worked for them. So today we wanted to kind of go over, we've kind of shared our why and why we started working online. But today we wanted to kind of go more into our results and like what we've experienced working online. So that's what we're going to do. I would say our biggest thing that we have experienced is why we started working online originally was for an extra $500 to $1,000 a month, just to be able to pay for our bills to get me at home. That was our biggest end goal. Mm-hmm. We didn't realize it would happen as fast as it did, but me being able to quit my job has been our biggest blessing that we hoped that would actually happen doing this.
Definitely. It's funny because you don't realize something until you look back and you can actually see. And I've mentioned this a dozen times in the past that Crystal, from working in the corporate world and doing a split shift, working all day, all night long, missing out on so many different things, and then now being able to be at home with us because our business is online, she's changed entirely. Her happiness, like I see a huge difference, and I truly believe now that I've been able to look back is that she was burnt out.
Yeah.
And
you don't notice it sometimes. Like, and I talked about the mom guilt and how hard it was for me to leave and how hard it was on the kids. But now, just kind of comparing that to now, just being at home with the kids, I just see how happy I am. I see how happy our kids are, just our overall household. Things are just so much better now that I am at home. And that's just such a blessing. And that's something that we just want for everybody, is that you can provide for your family being at home. And we didn't know what that was going to look like. We didn't know how that was going to go, but it has been such a blessing to us. Other things that we've been able to experience is being able to give back. That's been a huge, huge thing for us. Growing up, we both didn't have tons of money. And now that I'm older, my dad has told us how one of his great aunts from Germany would send money to help us have a Christmas every single year when we were little. And that actually, we've been able to sadly experience that where we could not actually provide Christmas for our family. And one year we had people help us out. If you want to take over. We had a family, people helped us out one year. We could not provide Christmas for our family. And so that's been something since we started working online that we've wanted to be able to do for other people, is to give back, especially at Christmas. And so the last 3 years we've been able to sponsor a family, and our son was one that he had mentioned something he had seen. And so we found a family that we wanted to help. And so every year we've made a point to do that, because we've been on the receiving end and we've been there where we didn't know what we were going to do. And so this year was extra special. Our kids decided to sell some toys and use that money to be able to pick out their own gifts for this family that we helped out. So that was really special to see our kids get involved this year.
Yeah, it's cool. I don't know where Crystal typically finds these people. I know she has through social media and things like that, but it is nice that we've been able to do that. And it's become a tradition now, I think, with our family, that we are able to do something for somebody else and give back to somebody else that's in need. So that's super cool. Man, what else do we got? We've got tons. You guys, I can't even explain to you how drastic life changes when you have the ability to completely schedule your time and do things on your own terms. And, you don't have somebody telling you when you can go on bathroom breaks and do this and do that. Your schedule is entirely up to you. You are the one running the show. And and money's coming in, and you can earn a full income online.
And kind of going off what he said, like I owned my own business, but there was so many days that I would come home from work and I still didn't have lunch yet. And he's like, you're your own boss. He's like, why aren't you making time for this? And things are just too busy that I couldn't put myself first. I could just never do that because the business I owned was kind of like a franchise brick and mortar business downtown. There was so many days I could not put myself first. I had over 30 employees and they came first. And so that's just how it was. And Megan, what you're saying, like, it's so true. Like I was so burnt out and I never realized it until I was done. And I was so excited. I missed out on play dates and all these things with my friends, with our young kids. And I was like, oh, I'm so excited to be able to do these things. But it actually took me like, it's crazy. I was like, first week, I'm like, I'm not going to do anything. Second week, I didn't do anything. Third week, and my sister was home with her kids and she was inviting me out. And I just didn't want to do anything with anyone.
And I think it's actually more than weeks. I think it was months that Crystal was so burnt out.
It was months.
That she just needed her own time.
I didn't leave the house. I didn't want to go to play dates. I just wanted to be at home with my kids and just not leave the house, not have to rush off because I was just used to that lifestyle for so many years. Yeah. I've been working since I was 10 years old, to be honest. And so I've just never had a break. I started babysitting when I was 10 and I got these little odd jobs and I started working in the sports and I worked at a daycare. So I had 2 jobs. And then I got my full-time job. I was working 14-hour days when I met Michael. And so I've just never had a break. And so I think that's why when I quit my job and I started working online, I just kind of shut the world out because I was like, I need me time. And I just had never had that. So
I kind of wanted to go over real quick too, because I know some people in the past have had questions about, because Crystal says all the time that she owned her own business before and we own our own business now.
Huge difference.
But what's the difference? Because back then it was ridiculous. It was exhausting. Yeah, she owned her business. She had hours. She worked, but I think there was more of it's still the mentality of, it's 9 to 5. These are your hours. These are your set hours. You have to do this. You have employees, so you have to pay people. You have overhead. So there's payments coming out.
Yeah. So you really are just last when it comes to it all. And so many people are like, when they look into our business, they're like, oh, I've always wanted to own my own business. I'm not sure what kind of business I want to own. And when you look at typical businesses, like for my business, you have your first and last month rent. We had to buy furniture. You're paying for a secretary. We're paying for all the day-to-day supplies. Like even the little things, like everything adds up. Like it's a lot. And anytime something happened, like he was my tech guy. I don't know anything about computers. So he would come in and fix my computer,
all her computers,
printers, like just like simple little things that you'd have to get sourced out. There's just so much to run an actual business. And with ours, all you actually need is either a smartphone or all you need is a computer. Like you don't need anything. Like if you know how to use, like yesterday we had Dion from the UK. She says because of Candy Crush and being able to use like these things on her phone, it was such an easy setup. And that's honestly how it is. All you do to be successful working our business is you use something. So if I have my cell phone, all you're using is you're watching on a screen and it's going to show you how to set up your business. We build your website for you. We do all this for you. And then all it is social media advertising. You choose your platform, you choose your location. I've worked with some people who are like, I don't want anyone knowing what I'm doing. And that's what's so great about social media. You can be like, I only want to advertise in Ontario, or I only want to advertise in Australia. You can pick the country. You can pick even a city. Like you can be so specific. I only want to advertise to males or females or a certain age. Like all our platforms are so specific. So it's up to you on what you do.
Yeah. So basically, the short of that is a typical brick and mortar business that Crystal used to own and operate, comparing to owning and operating a business like what we have currently online is night and day. Way more freedom, way more time, way more money. For sure.
Yep.
The internet is our clientele. The entire world, essentially. The sky's the limit.
We pay our taxes just like everybody else. So we have a T4A, and obviously there's business write-offs running your business at home. So it's just, everything just makes sense for us to be at home. We just love it.
So we kind of ranted off to the side a little bit about the business more. We're going to come back to focusing on more of the results that we've had. So we've talked about Crystal now being able to get home to be with our family. That's an amazing result. More happiness, more time freedom. The financial side of things.
Yep.
We've said it in the past. We've paid off multiple credit cards. We bought a brand new vehicle last year. Or was it this year? It was last year.
August.
Yeah.
And we've been able to travel. We make the most of everything. We went to Red Deer. This is just because of COVID. We went to Red Deer. So we're like, let's make something out of this. Let's grab a hotel. Let's do something with it. This year, we did everything we could to still be able to travel. We got the travel bug a few years ago because that's something we never got to do. And so we went to BC. We went down south. We went to Waterton, went to Canmore. So we just checked out Alberta and BC this year. So we still went on quite a few trips. They weren't like crazy the year before. We were able to go to Mexico and Disneyland, and we weren't able to do as much, but still being able to travel, still having, because we have the time, because we can take, obviously I'm going to take my phone with us. So we take our phone and we can do business on the road as we're traveling. So we have the time freedom, the vacation freedom to be able to do that.
I would say another amazing result would be our total shift in mindset. It takes time, obviously, running your own business, and you learn a lot, and sometimes the learning curve can be high. There's nothing wrong with admitting that, but there's a lot of things that you learn about mindset, and I think ours have really shifted. It's, we've become truly positive people in general. I mean, not everybody's perfect, and there's going to be days where you're down and out, but we've learned to be able to utilize certain tools to kind of get us back up and running again. So, I mean, that to me is amazing.
And then the last one I wanted to touch on is the community slash the friendships.
Yeah, definitely.
When you do something like this, because we're all like-minded, we all want more, we all know there's more out there, and that life doesn't have to be this 9-to-5 thing, and we all have that same similarities. So I feel like we're already on that same page. It's just amazing how well you can connect to someone that you've never even met. And you work online, and you start working online, and you kind of expect that you're doing your own thing, and then I'm not going to talk to anyone. But there's so many people always there. And someone commented in our group, and she was like, oh, this is so sappy, but it brought tears to my eyes. And it was just so special, because she's like, oh, I heard that there's people there to back you up and help you out. She's like, but there really, really are. And there are. We have met so many people, and it's so amazing. It's so personal. It's amazing that as soon as you meet the person, it's not like it's like awkward, like hi, like when I would meet like business people.
You've known them for forever.
Yeah, you've known them forever. Like you've been chatting, and we do these Zooms, so you really get to know people, especially these last 2 weeks. Like a lot of people that we mentor and coach have been doing these go lives, and so you just get to know people on such a personal level. And that's been so special to us, is some of our closest friends now are in this online business, and just being able to meet up and go for lunch and get to know people. That's just been really special to us, is the community and the friendships.
And for us to be able to coach and personally mentor these people as well, and to see kind of their results, and to see
such a blessing to us.
We're actually going to talk about that a little bit more tomorrow, aren't we?
Yeah. So it's already been 14 minutes. Did not expect that. I thought we'd be like 3 to 5 minutes. So thank you so much for joining us today. We really, really appreciate it. If you're watching live, if maybe you want to put in the comments where you're from, or the biggest thing that you would like to see a change in your life that we could help you with, or if you want to private message us. I know we've had a lot more people reaching out, and we just want to help you. So reach out to us, write in the comments a change that you'd like to see in your life, and we are here for you guys. So we hope you have a great day. If you're in Canada, stay warm. I know it's getting cold everywhere, especially Alberta. We're on day 3. Our kids are not at school because it's just too cold. It's crazy. So stay warm, stay healthy, and we'll talk to you guys soon.
See ya.
Bye.
Bye.